What's up, truthers? Pope Francis arrives for first visit to U.S. He is here. Okay. Now, as many of you know about the September 23rd, 2015, many of you probably already are familiar with it, or just September in general. There's a lot of predictions, there's some so-called prophecies. Now, just because I'm talking about this doesn't mean I condone or I believe something is going to happen. I'm just bringing about awareness, and I'm bringing about information that's out there. You're always going to have trolls that's going to be saying, "Oh, you believe the end of the world? You believe in that the apocalypse is coming, or you believe in all this doom porn?" No. Just because I bring it up doesn't mean I believe in it. But if there's a lot of information out there that needs to be brought up, bring to your attention, I'm going to bring it up. But there is some fishy stuff going on. And like I always do, I like to try to connect the dots, even though it may not make sense to you, but it may make sense to somebody else. And all over YouTube, September 23rd, false flag. There's a lot of people thinking that there's going to be a false flag September 23rd. Today is September 22nd. Now, we'll find out if anything happens tomorrow. But I searched false flag September 23rd, 2015 on YouTube. And there's a pretty good bit of people that believe there's going to be a false flag. And if anything does happen, I believe it will be a false flag. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow, but I think it's going to be soon. I've already stated this. I think it's going to be soon. I don't know if it's going to be in September. It might be in October. But a false flag is coming. You know, the economy has been suffering. With the deal with the refugees, Syria, Russia, China, the way their economy's falling. Normally, if you study history, whenever the economies are hitting a rock bottom or at their all-time low or struggling, normally they bring us to war to boost the economy. But usually they bring us to war by starting a false flag. America raises false flags to start wars. And that is so true. And the thing is, when are they going to start a false flag? And I just think it's kind of strange that the Pope arrives in September when all this so-called predictions and prophecies is supposed to take place. Now, not everybody believes the false flag is going to happen in September. That's just you can just search September 23rd, 2015, and you'll have other things that come up. The end times or whatever. But I think it's going to be a false flag if anything happens at all. That doesn't mean I believe in it. Just saying if anything happens at all, it's going to be a false flag. And I made a previous video right here. This was about a month and a half ago. Will ISIS be used to destroy California's water supply? And I also talked about ISIS being used in general as a false flag. And it makes sense that they're hiding in the refugees to be coming over here. But will ISIS be used to destroy California's water supply? Like with the Hoover Dam or whatever it is. I made that about a month and a half ago, since California and the West Coast is struggling with the drought. But I believe they will use ISIS or some other sort of rogue group to create a false flag. And I came across this article today. I'm not sure how you say this name. Pardon me if I don't say it correctly. Suzanne Sarandon worries Pope Francis will be assassinated. And I was already thinking this. I've seen some articles on this too as well. And let's say he does get assassinated while he's over here. that may fit their agenda very well. False flag to start war. And that will help our economy. It's kind of sick and evil how we create these false flags to bring us to war. But if he gets assassinated over here, the Pope, that will create some type of war. And that is going to be a false flag, I promise you. That's not going to be just some kind of crazy guy that's going to kill the Pope. Yeah, he's crazy, but he's got some help. It's preemptive, and it's going to be all planned and orchestrated. But hopefully that doesn't happen. But I'm just trying to connect the dots with the Pope being here in September, and people believing things are going to happen in September 23rd or September in general. But I believe if something does happen while in here, September, October, or the upcoming months, there will be a false flag. Because it seems like we're in need. Like, I'm talking about the rogue group that is heading this nation in the wrong direction. The elite of this country. The elite of the world. They always get their own ways, and they always push us towards another war especially when the economy is struggling. But hopefully nothing happens. But just trying to connect the dots. And until next time, you keep truthing and have a good one.